Hello and welcome to a new video.
Hey, what's going on here? Actually, this is our video. Mark and Lara is joining me today, and today we're starting our spring project. So our spring project, as you see, is here at the lovely Grand Canal at Digby Bridge. Our spring project will involve following and photographing a few, 2, 3, maybe 4 pairs of swans over the course of the spring. And it's an interesting project because Lara's going to learn some wildlife photography, and I'm going to learn patience. Is that right, Lara? But it's going to be fun. It's going to be something that we're going to do together over the course of the next few months. We have 2 or 3 pairs in mind that we want to follow. One is quite rural, another is an urban pair of swans, and another one is mental. It's a pair of swans that are but have chosen to live in a lake between a motorway and a regional road, which I always find fascinating. So we're going to get going with this little project. What do you think, Lara? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah.
What do you want to learn? Or what do you want to do?
How to photograph like birds.
Birds and wildlife, yeah. And of course, the real nice one would be to try and get a swan in flight, but that's a very, very difficult thing to do because they tend to spend most of their time on the water. But for now, here at Digby Bridge and the Grand Canal, we're going to head on. We're going to find our first pair of swans. So let's go. So welcome back, everyone, and we've come across our first pair of spring swans, and very uncharacteristically, these swans are out of the canal and up on the bank. So I'll just flip you around, and you should be able to see them just up there on the edge of the bank in the distance. So what we're doing here, I've set Lara up. Lara is hiding here behind this road sign. Okay, we're trying our best not to disturb these animals. Lara is set up with her own camera, her OM1 MK2 it is, isn't it, Lara? Yeah. And she's got my 150 to 600. I've given her a few tips and tricks on recording wildlife. She is working away here so far, doing our few bits and bobs. Yeah, we're going to try and get some nice shots of this pair. I think what we're going to have to do is name these pairs rather than just calling them pair 1 and pair 2. So we've come up with a few names, and we've decided to call this pair that are up there along the edge of the bank, we've decided to call these Pat and Mary. So Pat and Mary are our first pair of swans for the spring. And what we want to do here is observe these lovely animals over the course of the spring as they go into nesting season, as they build nests, hopefully lay some eggs, and hopefully in a few months' time we've got some cygnets here to photograph also. What we will probably do is come back once every 2 or 3 weeks to check up on progress. We're along the Grand Canal here. As I flip you around again, there's the Grand Canal, and it heads off up in that direction. So this is obviously their patch. So myself and Lara are going to work away here. We've got some video. We'll show you some video of these swans, and on top of that then we'll show you a couple of our shots. But for now, we'll keep working away here. Both of us will keep learning, keep developing, keep experimenting with new techniques. And if any of these shots worked out for Pat and Mary, well, here they are. So I think at this point we'll leave Pat and Mary behind us. This first set of mute swans, first pair of mute swans of the season. Definitely when it comes to nesting time, we'll never get this close. But there they are. We'll now head on to our next pair, which is closer into the town and more urban. Different setting whatsoever, but it'll be interesting to watch this pair, Pat and Mary, as the season progresses. So let's go on to the next location. We've arrived at our second pair of swans for our spring challenge. And if I flip you around, you'll instantly get the impression that these swans are urban swans. So they're here at the edge of the road at the moment. And if I swing around in this direction, you will see the lake that they call their home. And the lake heads on up in that direction, up along the park, and goes on for about a half a kilometre in that direction. So these are our next pair. A different pair, very, very used to human interaction. Summertime, these swans will be fed a lot by humans, bred, etc. and so on. But we're going to follow these two this spring, follow their journey into building nests, hopefully laying some eggs, incubating those eggs and hatching a brood of cygnets. Wouldn't that be just great here in this urban environment? So we'll concentrate here, getting a few shots, and we'll set Lara up with her camera. She's learning a lot. Already she's learned a lot about shutter speed, ISO. These are the things I want to just concentrate on with her for this first day out. She's very new to all of this, but is very keen to learn wildlife photography. So we'll keep going here for a few minutes, but right now, that's our second pair for this spring project.
Now we need to name these swans for our spring project. We're going to name them Phil and Jean after one of our favourite football players from our favourite club, Ipswich Town, Jaden Philogene.
We're waiting here for these swans to move, but Lara's perfecting her skills here, shooting a few mallard ducks in the lake. Lots of wildlife around here to shoot. But to see can we get some ducks in flight would be great. Our second pair finally got up and headed into the lake. And we've got a few shots of them. We've got a few shots of the mallard ducks and some seagulls and other wildlife. Lara was practicing her birds in flight. I'm going to give her my long lens now to see that she want to go and take a few more photographs. But we're going to move on from this, our second pair, Phil and Jean, and go on and find our third pair. So if any of these photographs worked out from this, our second pair, well, here they are. So we've reached our third location, and this is a trickier location to get to. We've got a big long lake here that runs alongside a motorway. That's the lake, and you can probably hear the noise from the motorway, but the motorway is there on the left-hand side with vehicles running along it. We have our lake, and then on the opposite side of the lake over there, there's another roadway. So we've had to park kind of 1.5 kilometers away, kind of hike our way down here in over hedges and fences. And you can kind of see in the distance there our next pair of swans. So myself and Lara are here again. Oh, there's a nice wing flap that we've just missed, Lara. But anyway, hey ho, we're going to see a lot more of them, hopefully. Yeah, so we've decided to name this pair after a kind of comedic duo that we follow on Instagram. It's a guy named Rory O'Hanlon, and he does some crazy, hilarious comedy. And one of his sketches involves a pair called Hendo and Jenny. Isn't that right, Lara? So we're going to call this pair Hendo and Jenny as they cruise on down towards us here. We're going to get the cameras out. We're going to shoot some photographs. Lara's here and she's getting the hang of it. She finds the big lens very heavy, but it's maybe we can use a monopod on it or something like that. Maybe that's possible for her. And it is quite big, that lens, but she's getting the hang of it now for wildlife. We've been learning a little bit about ISO and shutter speed today. That's the main focus. But we're going to take a few shots here. I want to get some aerial shots as well. So we'll get on with it, and we'll come back to you shortly with an update. So as you can see, Lara is here with it's my OM1 MK2 actually, with the 150 to 600. She finds the lens very heavy, so we've actually just stuck it on a tripod. The next time I come out, I do have a monopod, so I'll bring that. It might be easier for her. But the pair of swans, Hendo and Jenny, are just kind of cruising on up along the lake. We've kind of gotten used to them, and they've kind of gotten used to us, because this is a location that certainly wouldn't have many people here, so they wouldn't be used to people. Lara has been practicing this tricky one here now she's working on, because as you can see, it's kind of into the sun, and the swans, Hendo and Jenny, are gone on up the lake there. But we've taken a nice few shots here, I think. I think we've got some of them diving for food. Just some nice general introductory shots to the pair. Again, this is our third pair. So we've had 3 pairs today. We've had Pat and Mary over on the Grand Canal. We have had Phil and Jean inside on the urban lake in the town. I think that's going to be an interesting one, given that there's a dynamic in there with a little bit of an intruder. And then we have Hendo and Jenny here in our third location. And who knows? We may find more locations. Who knows, with wildlife, things can happen. This pair could disappear and they could be gone in a week. So it's going to be, there's going to be a dynamic type of feel to this spring project. But we're going to enjoy it. Lara, just take a break there for a second, pop in here. So, happy enough today with today's work?
Yeah.
What was your favourite part today?
The swans fighting.
the swans inside in the lake. Yeah, there's an interesting dynamic there. Certainly, you've learned a little bit today, I suppose, about what ISO, shutter speeds, and how they work, trying to get birds in flight, how difficult it is. You've learned that already. But I think at this point, this is where we'll end this video. Please, everyone, if you can, we'd really appreciate a thumbs up. A comment. We'd love a comment. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We're hard. We can take it. And of course, if you've just found us, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. So for now, until the next episode, we plan doing this every couple of weeks. Lara has some time off at the moment from school. We'll do it again when she has another day or two off. Get around to these 3 pairs. But for now, any photographs we've taken from here, we'll pop them up, and I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see you in the next video.